You said it, not me.
Yep. Isn't it better for it to come to a conclusion on its own?
It comes to the end of its cycle.
Yes, comes to the end of its cycle. Yeah.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 5-Star Jobbers Podcast. I'm Cody.
And I am back, baby.
We are back.
Drink it in.
Glad to be back. It's been too long. It's been 2 weeks since we put out an episode. I mean, first week was just travels on your part. You had a lot of things going on, and then last week was hurricanes.
I was in Munich, Germany.
I mean, hey, honestly, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad about that. If I had the opportunity to do that, I would do that 100%.
Prost.
If I had
you can't do it. You're not cool enough.
All right.
But yeah, no, Munich was beautiful. The beer was delicious. The ladies were slightly heavyset.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Daddy likes something nice and soft to warm, to rub up on a cold winter night.
Oh man.
You ever bang your knee on the edge of a bed? Sharp and pointy. No, I like round edges.
What I'm more excited about is the Tide advanced, man. The Tide rolled over the Bulldogs.
You're a sick bastard.
Yes, I am, and I loved every single second of it. Hey, this is going to show how much reserve I had. I almost commented on your post that you put on Facebook, and I almost said Roll Tide. But I didn't. I just created one of my own. Because I'm a nice guy.
You're busy banging your sister. Tide fan. Nice guy. No, okay, listen. Yeah, we played. If we would have played 4 quarters of football instead of 2.5, we would have beat y'all.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, no, I mean, credit to Jalen Milroe. The kid's a fantastic quarterback, and that Ryan Williams kid. Oh my gosh, he's 17 years old, and
that's the thing that blows my mind. He's only
style.
17, and he could already play in the pros.
Yeah, no, that he's absolutely ridiculous. I think we'll see each other again before the end of the year.
Oh, there's no doubt.
That game. I mean, the fact
it's going to be a totally different situation next time.
It was a 20. I mean, you guys got up 28 points in the first quarter. It's all. I mean, I knew we lost in the first quarter, but I sat there and watched just to see if we could make adjustments.
I said the opposite of that. Like whenever that happened, we got 28 points in the first quarter. I said I guarantee that they're going to come back. Well, I guarantee they did. And during the fourth quarter, I got scared.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, there was the 13 seconds that we actually took the lead.
Exactly.
No, what ticked me off actually was when we took the lead, I immediately said, "Oh no, we're going to lose," and people are like, "What are you talking about? You just got the lead." I was like, "We got the lead too quick. Like we should have eaten clock. That was way too fast." And then we turn around, you guys get the ball, and one play, one touchdown. I was almost to say, "Okay, well now we actually have time to try to get it back." And then of course the interception. I was
worried about.
Then there's the interception in the end zone that sealed it. I mean, it was a head-to-head game. But yeah, no, honestly, it was. I don't really know what happened in the first quarter. All I know is that we played the worst first quarter I've seen us play in probably 10 years.
At least you didn't play as bad as FSU.
Every day, that's my solace right now.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm not a Florida State fan. I'm not a UF fan. I'm not a Colorado fan.
I am, just as long as they're not playing Alabama. Just because it's my wife's alma mater, I cheer for them here and there. But
you know what's funny is I went to Florida State, and I've never been a Florida State fan. Like I've never actively rooted against them, because why kick a kid when he's down and he's already got like a limp and like a little bit of a lisp and like his eye droops a little bit.
Right.
Life's already kicked his butt. There's no reason for me to add on.
Exactly.
So, same thing with Florida State University fans. Like there's no reason to point and laugh at the kid that, just has about 4 extra chromosomes. It is what it is. But Yeah, no. I was hoping you wouldn't mention it, and you did. So,
You had to have known I was going to mention it. Alabama fan, man.
I was hoping that you'd have some class, but you're right, Alabama fan. You don't even know how to spell that word.
Well, hey, like I said, I know for a fact that we're going to meet back again. I don't know if in the SEC championship, but we will meet again at some point, and I know y'all are going to beat us.
Well,
because that's usually how it is. I mean, look at last year. We won the SEC championship, and then y'all came back in the playoffs and destroyed us.
We didn't. That wasn't last year. Last year it
was last year, wasn't it?
No, last year you guys beat us in the SEC championship, and then we got left out of the top 4. Y'all lost in your first meeting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're talking about. I want to say, what was that? 2022.
I think so.
Or 2021 or 2022.
Okay. Sorry. I'm going way back, but still.
But
either way,
at the end of the day, the win-loss record for Georgia to Alabama needs some evening up. People will go, "Oh, what a rivalry that's becoming." I'm like, it can't be a rivalry if the other team doesn't at least win every once in a while.
Right.
So not a great weekend of football for me. So let's move on to any other topic.
How about wrestling?
That works. This is a wrestling podcast.
All right. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening and thank you for watching. If you haven't already, which I hope that you do before this episode ends, go and like everything that we do. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel and go follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can see all of our commentary content on there, as well as some of our commentary cam moments, which more will be coming up soon. I hope you enjoyed the one that we posted not too long ago. Baby Keith,
it was
I love
nuts.
you, man. I love you, man. I love the Miami boys. But anyway,
stay off my table.
We want to talk about some upcoming events that are going to be going on pretty soon, so strap in. Here we go. October 5th, Wrestle South and Hope Wrestling Ministries presents Fighting the Good Fight. It'll be at Pitt's Church of God in Pitts, Georgia. Doors open at 5, and the bell time is at 6. And it's free. It's a free event.
Free 99.
I never heard that before. That's pretty good.
I've used it multiple times on this podcast.
I've never heard you use that.
You don't listen, and that's why our
I
relationship
listen
has
to
struggles.
everything you say.
That is a lie.
I listen to everything you say. I've never heard you say free 99. Go back and watch all the YouTube videos. Tell me whenever he's done that. Mention it in the comments below. No. Anyway, guys, Pitts, Georgia. Doors open at 5. Bell time's at 6. It's a free event. Don't miss out on it. Also, October 12th, the Guardians Legacy presents The Fallen. It'll be at the Rosenwald High School Gym in Panama City, Florida. Doors open at 6 and bell time is at 7. If you want more information on tickets, go to www.theguardianslegacy.com. Again, that's www.theguardianslegacy.com.
Are there any front row tickets left for that show, or are they already sold out?
Honestly, I feel like maybe the front row is sold out, but I'm not 100% sure. But you definitely want to go get your tickets. But the good thing is, there's no bad seat in this place.
There's not.
There's always a great seat, even from the bleachers all the way to the floor. You can't have a bad seat there.
Yeah,
it's going to be a fantastic
The only
event.
benefit of a front row ticket is that you might get a little bit of sweat on you, sitting in the splash zone, and I might look at you. But, if you're not in the front row, I definitely won't look at you because you're poor and nobody... I don't look at poor people. It makes me sad.
You're such a jerk, John. Such a jerk. Anyway, a lot of great events happening.
Look at you.
Whatever. Anyway, a lot of great events happening. A lot of great things happening. Speaking of great things, Bad Blood is coming up this weekend. It's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want to watch it, you can see it on Peacock. I think it's at 6 Eastern time, I believe. But we wanted to get into predictions because, that's what we always do. If there's a great event going on and there's great matches about to happen, we do predictions for it.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
In AEW's cases, matches.
Yeah.
And events.
But anyway, guys, so we wanted to get into really there's only been 5 matches that have been announced. Basically just been promoted for the card.
I think we might get 1 or 2 more total between now and...
Well, we know there's going to be one more. It's going to be Gunther and Sami Zayn at some point, but honestly, we already know who's going to win that, so I don't even count that.
Yeah, I think we know that we're going to get that, and I think there might be one more, maybe a early on match added. I honestly would rather. We're going to see it tonight as we're recording it, so this will come out tomorrow. But match I'm actually interested in seeing with Bronson Reed. The last Monster Standing match.
That's going to be on Monday night.
That's, as I said, it's coming on tonight, and then as this drops tomorrow, buddy, it will have already gone. You don't listen.
The one time I didn't listen. I got a lot of things going on.
Our therapist has said, you just wait for your turn to talk. I feel so dismissed.
We don't talk about that, okay?
Sorry.
Keep that on the down low, right?
Inside feelings.
Inside feelings.
Inside feelings.
Inside. Woosah. Control. Happy place.
Okay. So Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm really excited about that match. I felt like it probably could have gone on the card, so I don't really know why. I guess, make the Monday night special, but I don't know. I almost feel like that match should get like the PLE time.
100%.
Because I'd like to see those guys go for, and I know they're big, so it's hard to do, but I'd like to see those guys go for 15, 20 all over the arena.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you just need to have, like, bring back the Boiler Room Brawl and just have Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman go at it all throughout the arena.
Mm-hmm. You know what was a good match, but it doesn't get the credit because it was a one and done, and it was kind of it was a marketing shtick. Was the empty arena match between The Rock and Mankind?
Yes,
at the during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's a hard kind of match to justify because one, you're renting arena space and you don't have fans in it, so
right.
like you have no immediate ROI on the amount of damage your wrestlers are taking,
right?
And then two, you don't have like emotion because you have the two guys fighting, but you don't have fans, you don't have reactions,
right?
I think, like I said, there's positives and negatives, but I don't know. I just feel like, especially after COVID and the Thunderdome, and just increased production values, I'd like to see a more produced empty arena match, just like maybe with a little bit of the theatrics, a little bit of increased cinematic production.
Well, I mean, it's like kind of what they did with either the Firefly Funhouse matches or like some of the things like that, where you could put a lot of production into it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have fans or have people in the arena to give you the reaction. Like, you can just let the match just speak for itself. But yeah, that would be a fantastic idea. But yeah, I also hate that they're saving it for Monday. Like, put it on the card.
Yeah, but no. So yeah, we know that match is going on Monday Night Raw. So, but obviously we're not going to get that one on the main card unless there's some kind of schmoz. And then, but I just because they're making it a last monster standing instead of like a generic one-on-one match, I don't see them pushing it any farther. This is going to be the takeaway. So I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there will be one more match added. What I don't think I know. Maybe a rematch between Breaker and Jey Uso, and we'll talk about that further down the road because we've got some comments to make about that. Yeah, so I think it'll be 7 matches total, which is still, like I said, it's kind of a middle. I mean, it's like Triple H is not doing big cards, he's doing smaller cards, longer matches, more developed story to go to those matches, which I'm all for. But yeah, it gives us a much smaller margin of error for our predictions.
Yes. Which, I put it out on the post earlier. We have a pretty good success rate whenever it comes to our predictions.
Yeah, I'm like
just saying. So
if you go on to financial investment sites, you basically just invest in what Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats invest in, and you're guaranteed to make money. If you go on to the Cash App, what is it? DraftKings and all that do professional wrestling betting lines, and you watch this show, you're gonna make some coinage. And if you wanted to share some, that's okay too.
Yeah, we'll take any percentage that we can get.
Yeah, I'll do stuff that your grandma doesn't want to hear about for $1.
Please don't. But anyway, let's get into the predictions. So, first match this is in no way in relation to how the card is going to go. This is just what we have as far as our notes here. First match that I've got here is Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, with the added stipulation that Dominic Mysterio will be suspended above the ring in a shark cage.
So can I just go ahead and say that regardless of, we all know who's going to win this match, but do we, okay.
Oh boy.
Do we think for 2 seconds that the little scrawny boy who only eats chicken tendies is not going to slide through the shark cage?
Oh, he's 100% going to slide through it. He's going to find a way out.
This is the thing I can't stand about these shark cages is, I think the only person that ever was in the shark cage that looked believable, hard to get out of the shark cage was China back in 97, 98.
Yeah.
And that's because she was so beefy. Had she gotten the boob job before this shark cage, she never would have gotten out.
Right.
But you have. Well, I think the last time I think I saw a shark cage in WWE was involving Enzo and Cass.
No, it was James Ellsworth.
Or okay, so yeah, somebody like, and they say it's always a scrawny dude.
Yep.
Inside the cage, and you're like, oh, I wonder.
Like, how are they going to get out of this?
How are they going to get out of there?
I can tell you how. Slink, and they just slink right
through the bars. Like, have a P. Diddy party and slide right out.
Oh, no. No, Johnny. No.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, I was about to say. But anyway, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, Women's World Championship. What you got?
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, 100% it's Rhea Ripley. I mean, even with Dominic escaping, Rhea is going to win back the championship.
Rhea wins back the championship. We've got it's time to put the rivalry to bed and move on.
The Liv Morgan revenge tour ends at Bad Blood.
Yep.
Enough said. Next one we have on here, I've got Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline. Now, this one I kind of went back and forth a little bit, but ultimately I see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns winning this.
I don't see how there's any way they don't.
See, that's the thing. Like, I tried to think of it from the other side because, I mean, the Bloodline 2.0 looks somewhat dominant. I'm not saying completely dominant because if they were, they would have, they took out Roman Reigns 1 week. But at the same time, I don't think that they are as dominant as the original Bloodline. Even with the Tongans and even with Jacob Fatu.
As dominant as they are, I don't, like, you can't have your two biggest, and I'm not speaking from opinion, this is economical facts here. You cannot have your two biggest draws lose.
No, you can't.
Like, you put it like, the mega powers don't lose unless the mega powers implode.
Right. Now, here's the question I want to bring to this. With this tag team match, of course, we know the Tongans are going to come and make an appearance in this.
We know the Tongans are going to make an appearance. I'm going to guess that we're going to see Randy Orton, after the way they kind of work things on the last SmackDown. My guess is we'll see Randy. We will probably see Kevin.
The question is, will we see Jimmy?
See, that I think that if there's going to be a surprise, it's going to be Jimmy. Because at one point I was like, is this where The Rock comes in?
No, The Rock won't come in this early.
Well, the only reason I thought that possibly with The Rock is because Survivor Series, they're already starting to advertise for Survivor Series, and as we've talked about for a while, I think Survivor Series War Games, it almost seems like you've got to have, it's going to be Bloodline versus Bloodline. And so it's the question of where does The Rock fall into that? But yeah, at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to have The Rock at all. We may not see The Rock until, and it makes sense, we may not see The Rock until the road to WrestleMania, so the Royal Rumble.
So that's what I'm thinking about as well. But
I'm just trying to figure out how the 4-4 team is put together, because right now, I mean, the new Bloodline is very easy. You've got Jacob, Solo, and the Tongans, but the original Bloodline was only 3 Samoans,
right?
So like I say, who's your fourth?
If not Sami Zayn, then
Cody?
Possibly Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean
that's the only way I can think of. But I mean, think about it this way: Cody's had the WWE Championship for a while now, but he hasn't defended it in the last last 2 months, I believe.
No, yeah. I mean, it's been bloodline stories and other things here and there, which is fine. It's a great way to misdirect and stuff like that from the fact that he hasn't defended it, because really, who are you going to put against him that's viable, that you think that he could actually lose to, or that he's going to beat, that's not going to take heat from somebody else?
Right.
I got no problem with that, but at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, we've got it. I mean, nothing else makes sense, really.
No.
I just don't know who that fourth person for the Bloodline could possibly be. Like, the one that makes sense to me is if The Rock were to come in.
I'll be pleasantly surprised if he does come back.
I just don't know.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think The Rock's doing War Games.
No.
Like I said, so it's either got to be Cody or Sammy. Because I say Sammy was actually a member of the Bloodline at some point, so like to me that makes the most sense. But I don't know. There's still some time. It's not until late November, and Bad Blood's going to be it's going to be early October. So there's it's not. It's like a month and a half between.
Right. So I mean, we've got plenty of time to build it up and plenty of time to get there. So it's all a matter of like how we're going to get there in the weeks to lead up to it. But you've got Roman, you've got Cody. I'm sorry, they're not as much as it would be a big win for the Samoan for the new bloodline. Those guys are not beating the two biggest draws in the company. No, it's not happening. So then we have Nia Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship.
This one's actually kind of got layers to it that I would think Nia Jax is going to win this one.
See, and that's what I've got too. But I've got Tiffany cashing in on this one.
See, then that's my big question. Is I almost think like Bayley win. Like if Bayley wins, then I think Tiffany cashes in. Because I think if Bayley somehow beats Nia and then Nia eliminates Bayley, angry, big old bad King Kong gorilla can't work herself out of a paper box. Nia Jax, destroys Bayley, and then Tiffy cashes in, gets the 1, 2, 3, and then Nia's like, at a loss, like has to pretend to be happy for Tiffy.
Oh, I don't think she'll pretend to be happy. I think she'll just be absolutely pissed.
Yeah,
because we saw from the last SmackDown that, Tiffany's kind of getting a little frustrated with Nia.
Yeah, so it's like I said, I think Nia wins it. I don't think Tiffany's going to cash in on Nia, though.
I think she might. Because, think about it. If she cashes in on Bayley, how much of a pop would that get?
If she cashes in at all in front of Nia, it'll get a pop.
But here's the thing. I don't think it'll get as much of a pop if she were to cash in on Nia.
I think if she's going to cash in on Nia, we're still a long road away from there. They've got to build that. They've got to build that first because I get you. There's frustration, but they're just planting the seeds of frustration in the last SmackDown of where Nia got a little aggressive with Tiffy. But even then, she didn't show spine. Maybe it was badly acted, but she didn't show that she was ready to big dog on the Queen of Holes. But I don't know. I think if Tiffy's going to cash in on Nia, that's a slow burn.
Yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, I just feel like as much as they've been planting the seeds as of late, I feel like it could happen at Bad Blood.
Yeah.
But either way, I've got Nia Jax winning this one.
Same.
Then we've got Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. So for this one, I know a lot of people want Damian Priest to win because he's the good guy and they've been terrorizing Damian Priest, but I've got Finn winning this one. And here's why. Finn has been screwed over for years now. He has not had his fair shake in WWE, and now that Triple H is in charge of everything, it is time for Triple H to give Finn Balor his flowers.
Yeah, screw Janelle Grant. Vince McMahon screwed Finn Balor way harder.
Yes. It is time for Finn Balor to win this match. I'm moving past it. I'm not even going to acknowledge it.
The girl got pooped on.
Yeah.
And I just said that Vince screwed Finn harder. And you agreed with me.
My gosh.
You weren't paying attention.
No, man. I'm not paying attention because I'm focusing on this. Because this is a hot take for me. Finn Balor.
She got pooed on.
Finn Balor should be at the top right now. I'm trying to focus here and give my hot take. And you're screwing it up right now.
She got F5.
Finn Balor should be in a much better position than he has been in the last years. And so this is the opportunity for him to catapult up to the top, move past Damian Priest, and be entered into the frame of championship victories or championship opportunities.
Do you think it was a hot Carl or a warm Carl?
Who do you got winning this match?
Oh, I have Finn winning this match.
Okay, thank you.
Just because, like I said, the Terror Twins can't sweep. It's just too clean.
Exactly.
Rhea's gonna go over, so sorry, Damien. Finn's gonna go over. He'll go over dirty. It's not gonna take heat away, but you've got to put some heat back on Finn Balor and give him the opportunity to be a heel, leader of a faction, threat to somebody's title, whether it be the Intercontinental title and Jey Uso. I don't really see heel versus heel, but I will absolutely take Finn versus Gunther any day of the week.
Oh my gosh. If he doesn't beat Gunther for the title, they will have robbed Finn royally.
Yeah, but I mean, like at the end of the day, I think Finn. They say Finn needs this win. Damien doesn't need the win.
No.
And say Finn can win in a way that doesn't take any heat off of Damien. So they can still be. They can have animosity, but they can kind of put a pin in this one for later and maybe revisit it down the road a little more.
Right.
But yeah, Finn Balor in this one just to keep the Terror Twins from making the sweep.
Exactly. And then finally, we've got, in my opinion, what should be the main event of Bad Blood.
This is the main event.
It is?
Is there any question? It's the Hell in a Cell match.
Well, I just feel like if they don't put this one as the main event, they'll probably put the tag team match with Cody and Roman and the Bloodline.
This is Bad Blood. It's a Hell in a Cell match. It has to be the main event.
Yeah. So CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in Hell in a Cell. This is the culmination of a long rivalry since WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it all comes to an end. And for me, it ends with CM Punk walking away victorious. Finally putting the nail in the coffin on Drew McIntyre.
That's what I want. I want CM Punk to win, and like I said, I go back and I've been going back and forth on this one because I really don't have a confidence either way. I'm going to actually say, so I'm going to go ahead and show my hand. I'm picking McIntyre to win this one.
Okay.
But we're talking 49-51. Like, I'm picking McIntyre to win this one. But if CM Punk wins, I'm not, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised either. And I would rather CM Punk win this match and go on, because if he wins, this puts a lot of good stuff on him to challenge Gunther moving forward, because then he'll be the most, he'll be the most, what was the word, deserving.
And see, here's the thing
of a title shot and being face. You have an actual baby face versus the heel. So, like I said, as much as I'd love to see Finn versus Gunther, Finn's a heel, Gunther's a heel. We're not going to see heel. At a Survivor Series level pay-per-view.
Here's what I'll disagree with you on that. I don't think CM Punk's going to go straight for Gunther after this, because if we've seen the video packages lately that they've done on Monday Night Raw and in the last couple weeks, there's been these like cryptic videos that showcase that Seth Rollins is returning.
Which one? You're talking about the ones on fire?
Yes.
That's the Viking Raiders, you moron.
That's Seth Rollins.
No, it's literally has Viking letters on the thing. You don't know Norse symbols?
No, I don't know Norse symbols.
Gosh,
it had the three initials.
Uneducated Alabama public schools.
It had SFR in the burning symbols on there. What does SFR stand for?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Thank you.
Okay.
Viking symbols, my you-know-what.
It's literally Norse. It was Rones.
I'm telling you, Bad Blood, after the Hell in a Cell match, CM Punk gets the win. He celebrates and everything.
You hear
burn it down.
Are we saying that Seth Rollins is the Kane of this Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match?
He's not going to be the Kane. Like, he's not going to cost Punk the match, but he's going to come out after the match.
Why wouldn't he?
Oh, he would, but I don't think he's going to. Because, I mean, this is like McIntyre and Punk are 1 for 1. this is the one where like this rivalry ends. Like after this match, it's over. They're moving on. Punk's not going to face McIntyre.
How about this, Mister? I put my big boy pants on today, and I think I'm a booker. How about CM Punk if he win or loses, challenges Gunther at Survivor Series, and you have a big build up and all this stuff, and you have CM Punk versus Gunther, and CM Punk's about to beat Gunther, and then Seth freaking Rollins comes in and interrupts CM Punk's victory, and he loses because of it, and then they have a just a straight up grudge rivalry, or CM Punk beats Gunther, and then you have CM Punk versus Seth Rollins build up towards like Royal Rumble level for the championship.
I mean, it could work. The first option definitely could work. Second one, Gunther's not going to drop the title that quick to Punk.
I don't think Gunther should drop the title to Punk. That's why I really think more than anything, I think Punk loses, but then Punk still, like I said, I would like for him to have that extra heat, that extra gusto, but I think Punk loses, puts over McIntyre, because at the end of the day, what everybody wants to say about him, but what time is proving me more right each and every single day, is that Punk is actually not a giant piece of crap.
No.
And that he actually cares a lot about this business, and I think he is going to put Drew McIntyre over, because CM Punk doesn't need to be put over anymore. Like, Punk didn't go to AEW to put himself over either. He went to AEW to put MJF over and Darby Allin over, and everybody that he wrestled, he was putting over. Like,
I mean, I get it. I understand it completely, but
like, I think CM Punk loses. He puts to put McIntyre over. I think they still propel him though, in some way to go against Gunther. I think the Seth Rollins of that comes in at Survivor Series. Now, you're right. It could happen at Bad Blood.
Well, I mean, just look at how they've been booking the CM Punk and McIntyre feud. I mean, you look at their first encounter at SummerSlam.
But don't you think though that because of how big their feud is, it kind of pisses on it to have Seth Rollins come, and instead of them having their period Bad Blood, the conclusion,
You said it, not me.
Yep. Isn't it better for it to come to a conclusion on its own?
It comes to the end of its cycle.
Yes, comes to the end of the cycle. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. Soak it up.
Oh.
We're 4-year-olds, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. You know what's funny about this? Like, we do this every week. We do this for fun.
Yep.
Hopefully we get paid to do it at some point.
I get paid to do a lot of things you don't know about.
Oh, I don't want to know. Oh, that was funny. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it was, anyway.
But no.
Like,
to me, this has been the rivalry of the year,
hands down.
So I don't want it cheapened by a Seth Rollins interference or a Seth Rollins appearance right after it's over. That basically this needs to the win-loss needs to happen. And it needs to breathe to the end of the pay-per-view.
Well, see, that's what I said.
Until it fades to black.
See, that's what I said. Like, have it fade to black. CM Punk celebrates his victory. He gets his flowers and everything. And then at the end, when they're about to fade to black, Seth Rollins' music hits, and you see him come like to the entrance area, and he's just eyeing Punk down.
No, that's not what. So, what I'm saying is no, don't almost fade to black, and then no. I'm saying straight up fade to black. End of pay-per-view. Seth Rollins doesn't need to appear until he has the opportunity to screw Punk over.
See, I feel the opposite way on that. But, I mean, still.
Because at this
either
point,
way, Seth Rollins is coming back, and he's going to take away Punk's opportunity.
But the other thing, too, is like, we're talking about Seth Rollins coming back and immediately talking to Punk. Seth Rollins wasn't put out by CM Punk. Seth Rollins was put out by Bronson Reed. So
True.
Seth Rollins, like, there's a large portion of this that Seth Rollins doesn't even come out and have anything to do with CM Punk or Drew McIntyre. He has unfinished business with Bronson Reed.
True, but at the same time,
we also might see Bronson. We might see Seth Rollins tonight. You know, like as you're listening to this on a Tuesday, the Seth Rollins reappearance may already have happened because you've got a last monster standing match, and you've got no disqualifications, all that good stuff. Why wouldn't he come in?
I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but I mean, still at the same time, I just feel like, because I mean, the last thing that Seth Rollins was talking about was that any time that Punk thinks about going for the gold, going for the world championship, Rollins is going to be there to cut him off.
Well, he's not going for it yet. Like I said, wait till he challenges Gunther, and wait till they have the match. Because once again, like if Rollins comes in and gets in Punk's way before the match even starts, then what you're going to have is Seth and Punk and Gunther, and you might even have, like you say, might have a three-way. Like you could possibly go into having a triple threat.
I mean, that'd be a good match too.
It'd be a good match, but I don't know. I don't want a Gunther triple threat loss.
Oh, Gunther's not going to lose in the triple threat.
I don't think he's going to lose in the triple threat either. I just, like I said, but I don't know. I like my Gunther matches to be sacred. One-on-one. Like, I don't want to be splitting attention with anybody else's stuff. Like Gunther's best matches are one-on-one, highly physical, no need for over stipulation or anything. Just have the match in the ring.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. But I mean, still, I wouldn't be upset if they put him in a triple threat though. But he's not going to lose it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to lose to Seth Rollins or Punk in a triple threat. He'll retain. I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, those are our predictions for Bad Blood. Like we said, this is before Monday Night Raw happens on tonight, and this will be aired out on Tuesday morning. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what your predictions are, because I put out a post just a few hours ago on Facebook. Let us know in the comments on our page. Let us know down here below in the comments on the YouTube channel. We want to hear from you guys. We encourage fan interaction, and we want to know what you guys have to say.
Yep.
But anyway, now it's time for some high spots and botches. Like I said, we don't need a soundboard. We got you right over here. Anyway, as far as high spots go, what have you got for this week?
High spot. So it wasn't this week particularly, but technically the Friday before.
Okay.
The promo.
The promo?
The promo. Yeah. I mean, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes killing it for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes.
I would have let it go on for 10, honestly.
I mean, the production, the cinematic, like how, like the them making the connection that they both have to the city of Atlanta, the storytelling. Please give me more of that.
Yes.
Please give me like that was. It was like that's like watching a movie. It was. I mean, it was. Those were monologues. That wasn't promos.
No.
Like you could watch that in theater class like a year from now.
Yeah. Like honestly, a professor in like film or cinematography or whichever could take just that clip and break that down to his students and say, like, look at this bit by bit and just look at the cinematic effect that this has.
Yeah.
The story that's being portrayed, like how these guys are feeling. It was pure magic.
Yeah, no, I mean it was amazing. I watched every second of it more than once from Friday night, and then when they recapped it on Monday, I had no problem. Honestly,
I was about to say, I watched it again.
That was like my favorite. That was one of my favorite parts of Monday.
Yeah,
was just rewatching it again because I like. I'm not gonna put it at a low spot because it's not the go home, but like Monday Night Raw kind of. Other than the last match of the night, which I say once again, I'm not putting it in a high category, but I'm just saying it did have effect. Yeah. So I'm not going to say like you could have just skipped the whole Monday, but it was kind of droll.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, that promo was every bit of that promo. Like, please, can we do, like, let's not overdo it, like, to where it's not cool anymore, but like, let's do more stuff like that. And let's explore the space of opportunities for presenting promos in a different way.
Yeah.
And giving guys, the ability to go deep like that. Yeah.
It was great. I had quite a few high spots here and there. But my ultimate high spot was the tag team title match on Dynamite. Surprisingly, I've got a high spot from AEW this week. The Young Bucks versus what formerly was known as Aussie Open.
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. This match was absolutely fantastic. And I knew it was going to be great.
I mean, the athleticism of those two guys, there's no doubt that it was going to be fantastic. But
the sequence from like everybody just hitting their moves, like I can't remember all the sequence, but I know towards the end, one of the Bucks hit the Canadian Destroyer, and then Ospreay pulls out the hidden blade and knocks them out, and just pretty much knocks all competitors out. I mean, this match is going to was fantastic, and I'm just looking forward to seeing Ricochet and Ospreay Part 2 for this week for the international title.
Yes,
I will be tuning into Dynamite 100% for that match. That's the only match I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I was like literally, that's all I want to watch. But like, it's like when something is like my only problem with this entire thing is I know my expectation I'm going in is like too high.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too. Because I mean, if we're being honest, let's all be honest here.
One time I open mouth kissed a horse.
Ricochet, not that honest.
Oh, okay.
Ricochet, since he's moved to AEW, has not had as good of a run. He's kind of had
it's like every other person that's gone from WWE to AEW.
Shocker. But he's kind of had a lot of botches since he's been to AEW.
Well, it's almost like it's not where the best wrestlers wrestle.
Would you believe that? Anyway, but all in all, the tag team title match from Dynamite this past week was absolutely fantastic. I loved every single second of it. And honestly, this was actually kind of a uplifting moment. The match was great from bell to bell, had great spots, great stuff like that, and even had storytelling in it because Don Callis got involved and was trying to like keep Kyle Fletcher like on the same path that he was going on. But Ospreay is like trying to get to him like, no, you don't need to do this. Like trying to use the screwdriver. And so
can we stop using screwdrivers in wrestling matches?
Can we stop using needles?
Please.
Stop using cinder blocks.
Blunt force objects only, please. Like, I don't need the screwdriver, like, going into the head and, like, drawing back and the needles and the mouths and the... Like, yeah, I don't need ice picking.
No.
Like, please. Like, chair shots still...
They still suck.
They still look devastating.
Yeah.
Tables, devastating.
Kendo sticks.
Yeah, or Singapore canes, depending on how you like to, refer to them.
Baseball bat.
Barbed wire baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
ladders.
Ladders are great. You put one on your head and then you spin around. You do the old Dudley helicopter. Like,
you don't have to find the most outlandish objects to try and do something with.
I don't need pizza cutters. I don't need screwdrivers. I don't need chainsaws, flamethrowers.
Unless your name is Nick Gage, you cannot use a pizza cutter.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like with Nigel McGuinness back in the ring, let's not shed too much blood.
Yeah, for real.
I'm trying to get Hep C in the ring here, guys.
But anyway, so now we're moving on to Botches. What have you got for Botches this week?
I have
because I know what one of mine is, but I'm gonna let you have this one because I know you're gonna want to talk a lot about it.
Well, I've got two, and I'll start with my lesser one, and then you can start with your lesser one, and then we'll talk about what is our combined botch.
Yeah.
So my lesser one is just the match between Bayley and Naomi.
Yeah.
On SmackDown. Holy butthole, that was Botchamania. Mm-hmm. There was a solid 45 seconds where I don't think they did a single thing right.
No. Not at all.
And for women at their level who have wrestled as many times as I'm pretty sure they've wrestled each other and have been in the business as long as they've been, that was kind of pathetic to watch. I don't know what was going on with those ladies, but I mean, we had moves that straight up just did not hit.
No.
We had a sunset flip that was supposed to go into a power bump that did nothing.
Right.
Just bad. It was just a bad wrestling match. It was not good. And I expected more out of both those ladies.
Yeah.
So that was my minor botch. You go with your minor botch.
My minor one comes from Collision this Saturday, and it was the segment where it was Maximum Male Models with Mansoor and Mason Madden. I already can't stand them, period, because I just think it's so stupid. But the whole
it's like a ripoff of I'm old and I'm losing my mind. Brizongo. They're a ripoff of Brizongo, and then also Yes Boys.
Oh yeah, Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly. Like it's Timu Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
You know, it's Sheehan Brizongo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you what you did there.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I have highbrow humor.
But anyway, yeah, the whole segment as a whole.
Sometimes I have unibrow humor.
The segment as a whole was just stupid, and then the reveal of like the new quote unquote model, whenever they took the like tarp off or whichever, the second that they did that and the person's masked, I'm like, these people realize that this is Billy Gunn under this, right? They realize that this is who it is, right? Because anybody that is in professional wrestling with half a gnat's brain can recognize Billy Gunn from a mile away. Second...
We know you can, buddy.
What man on this planet does not recognize Billy Gunn?
He's an ass man.
I come by it honestly. Anyway, yeah, this whole segment was just absolutely stupid, and it was just obvious, and I cringed so much from watching this. But now for our combined botch, which we've got a lot to talk about, but we don't want to take up too much time because we're almost running out of time. But
self-imposed time boundaries.
I'm trying to keep it under an hour at least, because I mean I know there's people that probably don't want to hear us talk for more than an hour because we already sound ridiculous as is. I mean we made like a minute of just laughing ridiculously about periods.
That was you mostly.
No, because you're the one that made the joke.
Yeah, I can't be held responsible for your infantilistic, sense of humor. Infantilistic.
I have that kind of sense of humor.
I mean, I make the jokes. You're the one who laughs at them.
Still. But anyway, our combined botch was Braun Breaker dropping the title to Jey Uso.
And no hate on Jey Uso whatsoever.
No.
Love me some main event Jey Uso.
Yeet.
Glad he has the title.
Yeet.
But it wasn't the right time.
No yeet.
No yeet. This was not the right time. Braun Breaker just got this title.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me title wonder.
Defense. Did he get in trouble? Did he do something wrong?
See, that's what I'm thinking. Because that's the only thing that makes sense from this. Like he had to have had some kind of heat backstage or some kind of interaction that would have caused him to drop the title that soon.
Yeah, because
that's the only thing that makes sense.
Killed this kid's heat.
Yeah,
like this is your next Brock. I've been saying it for over a year now. This is your next Brock Lesnar.
Yes,
this kid is blue chip. He is a future world champion. He can talk. He can work. He can work power. He can work speed. He can work brute strength. I mean, he's a freaking Steiner. Okay? This is your moneymaker moving forward.
Yes. It makes no sense.
I love Jey Uso, but Jey Uso's career is closer to the end than the beginning. Okay? That's not to say that he didn't have many, many, many years left, but he's already been here for many, many years.
Exactly.
His bump cards, like I said, he's on the other side of his bump card, not the beginning of it. This kid's still got a lot of wrestling left to do. And they need to protect him at all freaking costs.
Yes.
Like this kid, I mean, he doesn't need to be like they don't need to make him Goldberg or Brock Lesnar. He doesn't need to be going in, eat, kill, repeat. Like he should have 10, 15, 20-minute matches. There should be moments where he loses confidence in himself, but then digs deep in and grabs it. Like this is your next Roman Reigns.
Yes.
This is your next John Cena.
This is your next box office sensation.
Yeah, like this guy does things that someone his size you don't see a lot of people doing.
No.
And he's got good facial expressions. Like I said, he's got good body language. He's got good timing in the ring. He carried NXT through the 2.0 era, when it was just absolutely awful.
Yes.
He was the only bright spot. And then when, Sean took over and they still had him there, they did great stuff. But like, this kid is special. And I'm not saying that Jey Uso isn't special. Jey Uso definitely deserved to win a title. But they could have gotten a lot more juice out of this. So, like I say, unless we're going to see Breakker tonight, like I said, come in and absolutely annihilate Jey Uso,
which needs to happen.
Like I don't like it. I don't like it. I think that, like I say, you're taking heat off of somebody you don't need to be taking heat off to give somebody heat who doesn't need the heat.
No, you don't.
Like I said, Jey Uso is over. And
see, that's what I've been saying for weeks now, that he's over. He doesn't need a title.
He doesn't need a title. Now, granted, you should give him a title.
Oh, yeah, at some point. Yeah, for sure.
Because, he can't just be walking around eating and have no purpose, because then the fans will lose interest. Put him in the main event.
Yeah.
Picture. Like, have him, like I said, have him wrestle CM Punks and Seth Rollins and Gunther's and people like that. And eventually, maybe one day, get the title on him. But he doesn't need it. He don't need to eat, and he don't need to yeet at Braun Breaker's expense.
No. Yeah, that's like we're saying. He had to have had some kind of altercation or something backstage that would have caused him to lose the title or caused Triple H to say, "You're dropping the title tonight."
Yeah.
As punishment for something. But yeah, regardless, I hope that Breakker gets the title back, or at least is included in the world title picture at some point or something. He needs to have a title on him.
Well, and just the way that he, like, once again, I don't get into this whole, like, he needs the title, blah, blah, blah. But the promos that he has made over the last couple weeks that they obviously have given him to make. I mean, I know we're no longer in the old Vince McMahon era where everything is scripted to a T, but we're still not that far away where these guys, we're not back in the old school days where these guys are going half-cocked off of just an idea.
Right.
They're giving him lines to work on and to make his own. And the way he presents himself as a champion read to everybody, this guy's not going to lose it soon.
Right.
And now he lost it soon. So it takes away his credibility. Wins and losses, I'm not one to go on the Vince McMahon side and say wins and losses don't matter. They absolutely do matter. Do I think they matter so much? Not always. It's how you present them.
Right.
And this loss was a clean loss.
Yeah.
Like, this was a clean loss on a Monday night. And it didn't do anything for anybody.
No.
That's my problem.
Major botch this week. So we'll just have to see what comes of it and just see how they move forward from there.
In the words of the internet wrestling community that is for Paul Levesque, which we are part of, let him cook.
Exactly.
I guess that's the only thing we can do is let him cook.
We'll just have to see. But anyway, guys, that's been our episode for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for listening. Like we said before, we're on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can see all of our content on YouTube, as well as our commentary content. But also, want to remind you of the upcoming events that are going to be going on pretty soon. October 5th, Wrestle South and Hope Wrestling Ministries, Fighting the Good Fight at Pitts Church of God in Pitts, Georgia. Doors open at 5, bell time is at 6, and it is a free event. Don't forget that. Also, October 12th, The Guardians Legacy presents The Fallen. It'll be at Rosenwald High School Gym in Panama City, Florida. Doors open at 6. Bell time is at 7. If you want more ticket information, go to www.theguardianslegacy.com. Again, that's www.theguardianslegacy.com. I was watching
The Guardians Legacy. I don't think it's The Guardians Legacy. I think it's www.theguardianslegacy.com.
You want to do this from now on?
Not at all.
I was about to say, yeah, let me do my job here.
I thought you were supposed to do it in one breath. You've taken a lot of breaths.
I don't trust you now. I don't trust you that anymore.
You have trust issues.
Yeah.
That's another...
For good reason. But anyway, guys, like we always say, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, but as always, keep it 5 stars.